Christmas, Merry Christmas. Do you know it's Christmas? So today I'm going to work on Mr. Peabody some more. And what I'm going to do, well, first I'll show you what I got. We have in that he could run, has a little stomp effect when he lands, and he picks up a gun, and the gun is right in the hand there, and it moves with him. It stays right there where his imaginary hand is. And we have this all in the game right now. So what am I going to do today? What can I do to keep me excited? I think I'm going to add some more stuff into the scene since I'm going along with the idea that as you move along, you'll learn how to do certain things. And the further you go down the level, the more things you're going to have to do. So when I added the land effect, I really liked it. I liked the way it landed and made that splash thing. So let's just make the scene a little bit prettier. We'll have some more things than just the grass lumps. So I was here, did some more drawings here, and I'm going to add plants, okay? So I'm going to drag and drop this plant image here, the sprite, and I'll put it in my sprite folder. And let's see how that looks if I bring it. It looks like a plant growing out of the ground, I guess. It's probably not, I don't want it to be that big. I probably want it to be like small like this, that there's a couple of them on the ground. And when he walks by, I guess I want them to shake, just to show like he's interacting with the environment behind him. So let's say that the plant is going to be something like that size. But to make the plant shake, I'm going to add some bones to it. So I'm going to go to the plant and do the sprite editor. So I'm adding bones, and Mr. Peabody has bones. So if you don't remember from previous video, we have to make sure that we have the package installed for 2D animation. And if you don't have it here, when you say in project, you can just look for it in the all side and then press the install button, okay? So I'm gonna work on this new sprite here, this plant, and I'm gonna go into sprite editor, and first I'm gonna add some bones, bone editor, and have one bone here for the base, and then another, I guess this will be my main arm here, a main arm bone here, like that. And then a free bone, not from there, a free bone from the base bone. So select the base bone. And I have one for this arm of the plant, and one for this little arm of the plant right here. Okay, that way I could like wiggle a plant or something. And press apply. So I have the bones. Now let me just do the geometry and the skin. So the geometry, I'll say generate, and that is not enough detail. It's getting better. And a little bit more detail for the outline. So we could close in around it. I think that's good. So I'll say generate. Oh, that's what it did. Then I'll do the weights, and I'll say auto. And I think that's okay too. So I'll say apply. So now my plant is rigged up. I just need to put them in the scene and size them back down to what I want the plant to be about that size. Okay, and then I have to add the skin script, the sprite skin script right there, and press create bones. And now I can see the bones in the plant. So now that's the plant with the bones. Let me just drag and drop it here, make a prefab out of it. Bam. And then let me do an animation, a shake animation for it. So with the plant selected, I'll go to my animation window right here. And if you don't have your animation window, then you could always go up here to window, animation to open up the window. Okay, so with the plant selected and the animation window, it says begin animating plant 01. So I say create, and I'll call this shake for the name of the animation. Then I'll turn on record, and this could be frame 1. Then I'll go up a couple of frames, and do some kind of movement here. So he's going to walk by, and probably the plant will basically move one way first, you know, like as he hits it, and then it should probably bounce back. And then finally back to the original position. Control V. Let me just scrub that. Yeah, it's okay. The plant shakes a little. There you go. Let me see that in regular speed. All right, so as he walks by, it'll probably do a shake like that. Let me adjust the speed a little bit, maybe to 20. Okay, so the plant would shake when it gets hit. So that's the animation for the shake. So let me turn off record, go back to project, and let me see what I got for the plant over here. Here's my prefab for plant, and I got animation and animation controller. So since I have more than one file, let me just make a folder to put them in. Plant, spell it like the others, plant, okay. And then I'll take those files and just keep everything organized and neat, put it in a folder. All right, so now the plant has the script, and I want it to shake when it gets hit. So, let me see. Right now, shake is on a loop, so let me take it off the loop. And if I press play, I should shake one time. Yep, shakes one time. Okay, since it's off the loop. And then on the controller, I just want to have, oh, I'm going to have to have something to tell it to shake again. How would I do that? Would I have this with a parameter on it? No, I can't put a parameter on that. How about if over here I have a drag, make transition, and do another shake again? Maybe I could do it with that, and right here I could add a trigger parameter to say shake. And then when shake is, the trigger goes off, it'll just do the shake. So here I press play, and I'm looking at the plant. So it shook one time, and then if I do the trigger, it shakes again. Okay, so that should work. So now I just need a script on the plant so that when it gets hit, it could shake. So Mr. Peabody has a collider and a rigid body. The plant needs a collider. So whenever I have collisions, I need a collider and a rigid body. So this object doesn't have a collider though. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add, I just took off the search option there, from physics 2D, a collider shape for this plant. What should be the best shape? A box? Polygon collider? How is that going to work? If I have a polygon collider and then the plant shakes, let me see what that looks like. I wonder what'll happen. I'm going to try that. I'm going to try using a polygon collider on the plant. All right, and then I'm going to need a script for the plant. So let's go down to new script and call it the plant script, plant, and then create an add. And that script would have gotten created here at the assets folder, but it's for the plant, so I'm going to drag and drop it in the plant folder. Okay. I go back in my plant folder and open up the script in Visual Studio, so when it has a collision, we'll play the animation. So open up the script I said. Here we go, plant script. So double click to open. All right, I like lining those up. I'll type these as they go. So basically what I want to have here is a private void on collision enter 2D. Okay, so if something collided with the plant, then we will play a shake on the plant. So I need to have a pointer to its animator. So private animator controller is animator, anim equals null. And then in the start function, private void start, I'll get a reference to the animator component of the plant. So anim will equal this dot get component animator. Okay, so I have a reference to that. Now here on the collision, anything collides with it, I'll say anim dot play. How do I say to play? Oh yeah, it's like anim dot set trigger. I have to set the parameter shake. So if I set off the trigger, then the plant should shake. And then if the plant is in shake animation, I don't want it to shake again. So I think I have something for those particular things to check what, yeah, we have something like this that checks what the animation is. Get current animator state info. So we'll just do a check to say if anim dot get current animator state info at level 0 dot is name shake. Oh wait, the animation is always shake, so this ain't gonna work. I only have one animation. So you hit it and it says shake. Okay, let's try that. Let's see what happens with that in it. So I'm gonna press play. We can see the plant right there. And here I come. Whoa. So you can see the plant shaking, but then I can't walk through the plant. So I want a collider so I could detect the shake, but I don't want to actually make it stop me from walking through it. So I'm going to set the trigger. I'm going to make it a collider that uses a trigger instead. All right, so that means I should be able to walk through it. But then when I hit something, it'll just trigger. I'll make a trigger event. So now, yeah, I can walk through it. All right, so now since it's the trigger event, instead of going back to the script here, instead of the on collision enter, I'm gonna have to do it with private void on trigger enter 2D. Okay, and then I'll say anim dot set trigger shake. All right, let me take that off. Save. Let me try that now. Press play. Yep, so every time I'm walking past the plant, it's wiggling. All right, and the plant is behind me. I guess I could change it to be in front of me. Or maybe there could be some behind me, some in front of me. Ooh, let's see how that works. So here's plant. And the thing that controls the drawing order is order and layer. So at 0, the higher the number, the closer it is. So say if I put it to like 10, then when I pass by it, it'll be in front of me. Okay, so now I wonder how it looks. Let me just take that plant and save a bunch, just save the prefab. So now I can take the prefab and put a couple of plants here to see how it's gonna look. Let's see that the plant that's right there, I'll put that behind me, -10. And this plant, I'm starting to get a big mess here. So let me go in my level and let me just make another folder in here for plants. Whoops, let me type it in there to rename this as plants. Okay, so I can put all my plants in that folder. Select, and right now I'll have like 3 plants that I'm going to walk through. Okay, so the first plant is behind me, so the number's negative. And the third plant there, that one's going to be behind me too, so I'll just make the number smaller. And this plant here, that will be in front. There, so I have like plants that I'm walking through. So now we press play, and they all shake that one time. You know, they shake one time. Maybe they could shake more than once to have a little bit more effect. So we'll take a look at the animation. Um, okay, so here's a shake animation, and here it's set that it plays once. Maybe I could have it play 2 times. So I'll just copy this, Control C, and then place it, Control V. All right, and that is something. Maybe it will play a little bit faster on the second time, you know. So on the first one, it plays that long, and on the second one, it kind of speeds up a little. So let me just see how that'll look. Press play. Yeah, wiggle 2 times. Looks a little better. Now I just want it to not shake when the game loads up. So I guess I'll go to the animation controller of a plant. Oh, I just switched to 3D. Go to the animation controller, and here on the entry point, I can't delete that. That won't go away. So what can I do? What could I do? I could make another animation that doesn't have anything. So let's take the plant animation and create another animation, create new clip, say idle, and then turn on record. Let me just take a look at the plant now. So for idle, maybe I could just have it swaying very slowly with the wind, you know, like that, and then come back, Control C, Control V, and then just stretch this baby out. So it's like a real slow blowing with the wind, looking like it's alive, you know, but like that, maybe even a little bit more time. All right, so the plants look alive, right? So we'll have that as an animation. And then in the animator, we'll have idle as a default. Make transition, no, make this the default layer. And then when I have the trigger, I'll go up to shake. Let's take this off. When I have the trigger, it'll go to shake, right? When the shake trigger is set. And then after it plays, it'll just come back to idle. File save. Oh, clear my recycle bin. I can't take a dirty recycle bin. And then this, I may save it back to the prefab. Okay. Now let's see, when I press play, all the plants should blow in the wind. Okay. And then as I walk through, they shake. Kind of something. Kind of something. All right, so I got a plant that could react to me. What I want to do with it is, let me just fix the position a little bit of these guys. Oops. Select that sprite. All right, so I can have these plants here. He walks through. That'll be fun to see them shake. And then let's go back. So I have a plant that I added, and that's for interaction. And let me just put a couple of plants throughout the scene, I guess. So there, there. So by default, the plant's in the front, and they could be of different sizes, you know. So say over here, this one. Oh, select you. This one could be bigger, you know. Could be different size plants. And then I could have more over here. This could be a bigger one or a fatter one. And I could put one in the background again just for variation. There, so as we're walking along the path, we have some plants that we're brushing through. And that'll just have niceness of effect. Different sizes, okay? So let's see what happens. I press play and I have a couple of plants. They blow in the wind and they wiggle when I hit them as I walk past them. Oh, almost went off the edge there. All right, so now let me add something else, some more decorative things. I have the plants. And then in here, I guess I'll organize things even more. I'll make another empty folder and call it the ground. Rename it to ground. And I can stick all the grounds in there because this is going to get busy. This is going to get busy. If this is going to hold everything for the level. All right. So let's add something else, some more scenery. Let me see what I got in my bag of tricks here. I got a tree. I got a steel box. Now I want to add a steel box because I'm going to use this as another type of object that we could have in the game that's going to be part of the platforming challenge. So I'm going to add this steel box over here. And let me zoom out on my level because I guess over here what I'm going to have is like a box that goes back and forth maybe, and that could be how we get across this spot. So we'd have to jump on this box. Let's see how big this box is. That's a nice big box. Let me make it a little bit smaller, like this. And maybe this box will move back and forth between two platforms, and the distance is too far to jump for, so we have to use the box. All right. And oh man, let me just check Mr. Peabody's size. So Mr. Peabody, I'm going to bring you over there. Or forget that, I don't have to bring him over there. I could just use the prefab here, and I'll take it out when I finish. Yeah, so that's a good size there for the box. And now I could delete him. I just want to check the size. So this could be a box, which it's going to move back and forth. And I'm looking right here at the distance it's going to move. If I just look at X here, it's 35. And then over here, it's 39. So 35, 39, that's moving about an X position of 5. Now I don't want to do the animation right here because I want to use this kind of moving box in a couple of places. So what I'm going to do is I'll take the moving box and I'll reset the position to 0. All right. I hope this works. I'm going to reset the position to 0. And then on the animation, I'm going to create animation for the steel box. And it's going to be called back and forth, back, forth. So it's going to keep moving side to side. So we'll say save. And let me see if I do it with transform, then I think the positions are going to set to 0, 0. All right, so what I'm going to do, instead of using transform for the animation, let me just go back here to the box, steel box. All right, and what I'll do is I'll add a bone, and it'll just be one bone, so the position stays the same wherever I put it in the game, but it moves the box. I don't know if this is the best way, but it's the way I'm going to do it today. So I'll just put like one bone in here that I could see, and right click, and then go over here, apply, and then generate the outline. So you can make a little, generate the outline, and then the weights, automatic, okay, and then save, apply. All right, so what I'm thinking is if I use the bone, then the position of the sprite stays the same, but the bone will move the sprite left and right. That's what I'm thinking. So that means I could just take my box, put it back at this intersection that was there. Oh, put it back at the intersection where I'm going to use it to get across. Okay. And do an animation. All right, now I could do an animation on the box. See the box is selected. Here's the back and forth. I'm gonna turn record on, and that could be a position. And then, wait a minute, forgot to add this script to the box here. Blah 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 blah. Turn off record for a minute. Add the script so I could use the bones. And I don't know where the script is. Let me just do skin, so it could come up. Sprite skin, create the bone. All right, good. Now I got that. Did I save this as a prefab yet? No. I'll save it after I finish. Now I got the skin. Now I can see the bone. Now I go to record. And here at position 5, I will move the bone over here. Okay. And then it'll come back again. So it's going back and forth. Copy and paste. There. So that way the box moves back and forth, and I could use it to get a ride across. And I want to make sure that, okay, 1 second, 2 seconds. Make sure that it moves slow enough for us to actually jump on it and get a chance. 3 seconds. All right, so it's not too hard. So let's say the animation's at 3 seconds. All right, and that is the box. Now, let me turn off the recorder here. Now the box could become a prefab. Boom. And this is just a sprite, so I'll put it in the sprite folder. Boom. And the box has 1, 2, 3 files. So let's put it in a folder. So we'll call it steel box. All right. And 1, 2, 3. Just keep things organized. Put it in. I said 1, 2, 3. And drag and drop it into the steel box folder. All right. So we have the steel box going back and forth. You know what? I have to put a collider on it. So let's add a component. Let me take off the search parameter. Let's add a component, physics 2D. And put a collider. And this will be the kind of collider that we don't want to be able to go through. So I could probably just use an edge collider here and then say edit and just raise it up here to the top of the box. And this is the cool thing about the edge collider is I could just scroll across a couple of points here to get the edges lined up like that, whatever the shape is. Turn that off. And now for my steel box, I just added an edge collider. I should have to do a thing. Is there anything in the scenes folder? There is a scene in there. Steel box, did you save? Do you have the edge collider? No, you don't. So why aren't you picking up the change? Oh, let me just delete this guy and make a new prefab here. Padoop, steel box. And steel box is part of my level, so I'll put it in the level folder. Okay. And he has a collider on the top, so I should be able to jump on it. Tick tock, tick tock. Is everything set? Yeah. And he doesn't even need a script because he's just playing an animation going back and forth. So let me press play. See what happens. Whoa, the collider's not moving with him. Why would that be? Yeah, why would that be? Because the collider is not the box itself. Darn it. Why is everything so difficult? All right. So my idea is not working to use bones. All right, so let me just delete that steel box. I'm gonna start over. And I'm gonna take out the steel box here. Sorry guys, that idea did not work. We're gonna try another. We're gonna just try, doing a transform animation, a normal transform animation, but I think what we'll do is we'll add a parent object that stays in place, create empty, and we'll call this like steel box parent, okay? And then to the parent, we can add the steel box sprite right there. All right. So we can move the steel box, but the parent will stay in the same place. Uh-huh. You get it? That's my next idea here. So I'm going to take the steel box parent and transform you all the way over to where I have this ledge. Yeah, right here where the ledge is. Zoom in. And I just need a, oh, that's the big guy. Not. I want the Peabody prefab. See how big he is. Okay, that's how big he is. So that means that this steel box parent is not things. Here's a steel box. All right, so let me change the size of the steel box. All right, and then on the steel box, I could add the collider, physics, edge collider. Okay, edit. So I got a point here, put one there, put one there. Oh, put one here, and then dip in a little for this. There, so now I got that. Whew. And now the steel box will have an animation, which this will be, yes, creating the first one, and this is the, um, okay, this is the horizontal slide, okay, horizontal, this is just horizontal movement, so I'll call it HORZ, and all right, let's just zoom out here so I can see this. I'm going to turn on the recording, and at frame 0, then at frame 5, you will come, maybe I can make it go up and down a little, just to be more fun. Like up in the middle, and then down here. So it's kind of traveling like that in an arc. And then when it comes back, maybe it could go on the lower half, I don't know. So then when it comes back, just to make it a little bit more fun, it'll go down. And then, well, actually, then it's just going to go right back to where it started. Copy this, Control C, Control V. All right, so let me see what you got here. You come there, and you come back. Okay, good, good. Now let's adjust the time. That is crazy hard at that speed. So adjust the time, I think I had it to about 3 seconds. Maybe I could even make it 4 seconds. You know, this is like the beginning of the game, so we don't want it to be too hard. So it comes, and it comes back, giving the person a chance to actually get on the box before it moves off. Okay, and that animation could just keep on playing. And now here's the part that matters, because where the steel box comes out matters on the steel parent, you know. All right, so let me turn that off. And this is how I think it's going to work, because I made it a child. The parent I could place anywhere, and the box is animating based off of position of the parent. Okay, so that means if the steel box parent is at 0, 0, 0, if I reset the position of the steel box parent, and now it's at 0, 0, 0. Did I delete that extra Peabody guy? No, he's still there. All right, let me just select him and remove him. I just needed him for a second. And the steel box parent is inside the level. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, look, I got all these plants outside of the level. Let me start organizing here. All these plants should be in the plant folder. Okay, bam. Okay, we got Peabody. Oh, we got a ground out here that's all by itself. Let's put it in the ground folder. Boom. All right, so we have Peabody in the gun because we didn't pick up the gun yet. And we have the steel box parent that now is set at position 0, right? So it doesn't matter what position it is, it'll still go around in a circle. Let's see, based on wherever I put the parent. See, so if parent is there, or if I move the parent somewhere else, then the box just moves around in a circle. And if I move it into that position where And I have this bridge that I want to be able to cross. Move it up a little. Then it's going to help me do the jump. Okay. There we go. A little down. All right. So now I have the objects in the game, and this is a new kind of object that's going to, I was pressing play. When you press play and you make any changes, it doesn't remember. It doesn't remember the positions. So let me grab that box again. And I know the animation starts right there. Let's zoom in to see if it's positioned nicely. Yeah, there you go. It's positioned nicely. And let's just check it when I press play, see how it moves. Good, good. All right, so we'll focus on Mr. Peabody over here. And we're gonna play the game and see what happens if we could jump on that box to get across. Here we go. Got some interaction with the background. Pick up our gun. Could jump with a splat. Here's our first challenge to jump over this. We did it. Now we're seeing what comes up next. We're coming over this hill. And what the? Oh, we have to take a leap of faith. Here I go. Oh, ah! I did not make it. Let's try that again. It looked like there were some bugs there still. I'm running. Jump, jump, jump. I got the gun. Jump. Now I wonder what happened when I landed on the box. Something odd happened. He kind of did not, he never finished landing. Yeah, you see, he stayed like he was standing up. I think what I have to do is, I think that's because in Mr. Peabody's script, let's look at it over here. What happens when we land? We have to tag it as a level object. All right. So let's take the steel box and let's tag that as a level object. There we go. Because you see, I tagged as a level object because it's the level objects that I could land on. See, I see if I collide with the weapon, I pick up a gun. If I collide with an object that's tagged as a level, then I land from the jump. All right, so that's what's going on there. Let's press play. And I'll move that mouse out of the way. I'm running. Plant shake a little, pick up the gun. Okay, here we come up the hill. And whoa, there's a, there we go. So I could probably either jump on it. I'm gonna try to jump. There we go. Oh, but he didn't move with the box. He didn't move with the box. Man, that's something to go over in the next video. See you next time, folks.